Hey everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at a point from USA versus Japan in the World Championship final in 2016. First we're going to have a look at Japan doing some switching early on in the point, then have a look at them setting up some sandwiches but not really following through with them, and at the end we see Jimmy Mickle with some good pivot control to finish off the point.
Back to Marquette, underneath, Schlachet had to attack it.
As the disc is moving in the air downfield, the Japanese defenders behind the disc will bust a gut to get in front of it again. There are a couple of slight errors as Japanese defender number 16 is trapped between two defenders without a mark. He tries to communicate initially to get the player on the far sideline marked, and then to push white hat number 97 onto marking the near side handler. At the very end of the clip he switches again to make his teammate on the far sideline's job easier. Whilst all this defensive switching and remarking is going on, USA number 4 Schlachet has slipped through the net and is temporarily unmarked. Matsuno, who may have poached to stop Bo's deep cut, recognises this and has begun to close him down at speed before the disc is thrown, but is narrowly unable to get there in time to stop the pass.
And then bursting up the line to Kittredge.
USA then put together a nice string of passes down the sideline, starting with Schlachet making a great give and go move whilst changing direction. Kittakawa could have helped out Matsuno and switched, however he's got his eyes locked on Jimmy Mickle who's in the backfield. This means USA are able to punish Matsuno for his failed bid. Schlachet does well not to travel on his second give and go move, but then Bo takes a little bit of a bigger step than he needs to slow down and unfortunately steps on Takahashi's foot.
And it looked like Takahashi a little shaken up. Hammer for Mickle.
Japan really bogging down the middle of the field, doing a good job of not letting Team USA continue and move the disc in only a couple of throws.
This is a mistake from Japan caused by a misunderstanding and or lack of communication. As the USA offensive players meet, the deeper Japanese defender, number 16 Kusano, seems to expect that he and his nearby teammate will form a sandwich around the two cutters, and positions himself accordingly, covering any deep moves and expecting his teammate to cover either cutter going under. At the moment just before the USA player moves, the positioning looked all good for a sandwich. They could even work together with the other nearby defenders to make it 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4. However, when the undercut happens, it becomes apparent that Kittakawa was not on board with the plan and the opportunity has been missed. What's interesting is that Kusano was expecting the sandwich to happen, suggesting it's an element of the defense which Japan have been training. If the USA players moving towards each other had triggered all of the nearby Japanese defenders to look to set up a sandwich, it could have presented the USA with an unfamiliar situation from which they would need to work to get free, and up the defensive efficiency by requiring less movement. This would have looked like the classic confusing Japanese not quite one-to-one, not quite zone defense. Kusano was on the Buzz Bullets Universe Point D line against Ironside at World Clubs 2014 and scored the winning point. Kittakawa, who blows the sandwich here, is also a veteran Buzz player and the top assister for Japan in 2016. It's possible Kittakawa was given the strict matchup of Mickle at this point, making him exempt from what are revealed to be standard switching and sandwiching defensive moves by Japan. And perhaps out of habit he positions himself as if he's going to take part in the sandwiching move, but then he sticks rigidly to Mickle, and it's this miscommunication that has a negative effect on Japan's defense.
Mickle slicing across the field, what a shot!
It looks like Japan is setting up another sandwich afterwards, but we don't really get to see if this one's an illusion or not. Jimmy Mickle makes a perfect lateral cut at the angle which best exploits this front and back sandwich, knowing that Ashton Joy is well equipped to hit that cut with a quick inside-out flick. When Mickle gets the disc, he resists the urge to pivot outwards down the sideline and instead looks infield, and this opens up the space immediately for Helton to cut to the far corner for the USA score. This point showed some interesting potential from Japan's defense, but in the end it was dismantled by solid, patient and deadly play from the USA. That's all for now. Why not give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll see you again soon.
They want without getting the turnover, but this is the type of pace they want to play. Bog down, don't let the looks go upfield.